Well, what is going on, gang? Welcome back to A Therapeutic Edge. I've just got something cool to share with you guys. This is the Spydercard. And it is just exactly what it looks like it is. It is a pocket knife designed to kind of take up the space, or as well as they could, of a credit card. Now, there's a lot of detail about this. This was designed by Eduard Bradichansky, a Russian-Israeli toolmaker. This is from, let's see, way back in the day. So these came out between 1999 and 2002. They were available for just a couple of years. There are many credit card pocket knives now, many credit card knives now, but this, as far as I can tell, was the first. And a buddy of mine who comes across the most interesting used knives had a bunch of these at one point that he got in trade. So I went ahead and picked one up. It manages to look like a Spyderco. I put some, what did I use? I used knife butter. I put some knife butter on this, but as far as I can tell, it's actually, I don't even think it has, I don't think there's anything in the pivot. I think it's just metal on metal. I could be wrong. There could be something in there, but you can see by the way it's designed, it is not built to be taken apart, so I won't. My recommendation is if you get one of these, don't lubricate it because there's nothing for the lubricant to hold on to. And so it just continues to spread out around the knife. Anyway, it is oddly comfortable, which is very cool. Its locking mechanism is this bar right here, right? It's got a little detent ball on it. So you depress that and then just close the knife, and then it sits in your pocket or your wallet or whatever you want to do. There are a couple of things about it that show its age. One, it is in AUS 6 steel. It was made in Japan. That's back when Spyderco did a lot more of that. That is the maker's mark on it. I just think it's a cool bit of Spyderco history, and I'm really glad I have one. I don't like carry the thing around very much. There are a million better options at this point, and mostly I have it just because it's interesting. And you know, that doesn't happen that much these days. I have a lot of knives, hundreds. But when something just really catches my eye because it's weird and cool, it's always nice when you can add one to the collection. I'm going to read to you what I found online because I didn't feel like studying that much. One bit that is interesting is the designer of this knife was actually killed in a Hamas attack on the West Bank. And that's kind of a bummer. Yeah. But anyway, here we are. This is the Spyderco Spydercard. It's just a cool idea. And unique. I mean, talk about EDC, right? I love that they managed to take the design and keep it Spyderco looking, right? While doing this. I mean, if there was no branding on this knife, you'd take one look at the hole and the shape of it and be like, that's a Spyderco. And yet they managed to do that and get exactly what they wanted out of it. You can find these periodically on eBay. There were some on Arizona Custom Knives for a while. I think originally they were probably 40 or 50 bucks. Now they're about $250 if you find one in good shape. They do make a serrated version. You may or may not have noticed if you've been watching my channel for a while, but I have one knife with serrations, and that's because it was a gift. I don't do serrations. If I'm gonna do serrations, I do VEF serrations. You know, I just don't have any need in my knife use for serrations. But anyway, they made a serrated version. As far as I can tell, the whole thing, I mean, the whole thing may be AUS 6. I didn't even know OS 6 was a thing until I got this. Everyone's heard of OS 8, but OS 6. Look, it cuts, right? It carries. I'm not going to say it's not. Bleh. I'm not going to say that it is truly comfortable, but it's not uncomfortable either. You get a pretty good grip on it. Let's do some size comparisons, just because that's something we do. I had the pair of 3 out, so we'll stick with that. It's short, you know. God, it makes the bug out look like a big knife. But I'll tell you, it is a lean machine. In fact, I have knives on the table where the blade stock is twice as thick. But you know what? I love stuff like this. We have achieved a space in the knife world where, I mean, they are releasing, it's got to be 50 knives a month from all the various companies. And they are all surprisingly similar. It didn't used to be that way. I mean, it used to be that Spyderco dropped knives once or maybe twice a year. Benchmade once or twice a year. There was like a big knife drop sort of in January or February, and then there was one sort of in the middle of the year. And you sort of built up anticipation, right? They released pictures, images of what was coming. Now, I think we and like CJRB and all those companies, I think they release, it's got to be somewhere between 5 and 50 knives a month. But back in the day, youngster, I can just imagine, in the back of, Knife and Gun magazine, whatever the hell it was, a picture of somebody holding this, right? Coming next year. The smallest, or at least the easiest carrier, whatever the hell they wanted to call it, Spyderco ever. And then this thing hit the market. It does everything you would want it to. It cuts. Now, I will say that their choice of the flat edge of the blade, which works really well in this instance, but look at this. They could have given it belly, and it still would have closed. I think that's a missed opportunity, right? Because as it is, it's a draw cutter, right? It's a good emergency knife, but you wouldn't want to, what do you do? If you took this backpacking, for instance, how are you going to cut your salami or whatever with that? You need a little belly. Anyway. Stuff like this makes me smile. Just because it's so weird and so kind of cool. Should we do the basic specs? Let's do the basic specs just for fun. You get, on your Spydercard, you get just at 2.5 inches of cutting on that OS 6 blade. It's about 2 3/4 inches overall. Grip area, if we use that, is 1, 2, 3. It's 2, and then whatever that is down there. Overall, it comes in at 6 inches, 6 1/4, which isn't too bad. Closed, it's a credit card. I have my wallet on me. Let's see. No, I'm not going to share my actual credit cards with you guys. No offense, but that's not going to happen. What do I have that I can use? Oh, hey. Yeah, we can use that. So there's an actual credit card, and they are virtually the same size. That's a good thing to have. Anyway, width. What are we looking at? 198 thousandths of an inch, or about, is that 5 millimeters? Is it really? No. Yeah, 5 millimeters. What do you guys think? In this world where everything is available, is this the kind of thing that they should do again? Should they reissue the Spydercard, maybe with a little belly, and maybe in I don't know, Spy 27. Can you imagine this knife in Spy 27 or some cool blade steel? I don't know, I think they'd sell. It's actually hollow ground, which is kind of cool. Let's weigh it. Oh man, it is really hot today. Let's see. The Spydercard comes in at 3.1 ounces, so it's an ounce. Well, what is this? 1.8. All right, so it's 1.2 ounces heavier than a bug out. That's because it's all metal. I don't know, man. I think this thing is nifty. Anyway, life of a collector. I just thought I'd share it with you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in today. I'll bring you more traditional knife content as we go down the road a little bit. But in the meantime, if you have any questions about the Spydercard here or any of my knives, feel free to ask down in the comments below. I really appreciate when you guys take the time to ask questions and talk to me. Other than that, this has been the Spydercard. I have been a Therapeutic Edge, and I really appreciate your time. Remember, take care of yourselves and take care of each other, and we'll see you next time.